cracking, guys? Omar Esaf here, back with another video. In this video, I hit a PR. No, seriously, I hit a fucking PR, and I'm ecstatic about it. I'm gonna tell you. But the theme in this video actually is you gotta know when to quit. You gotta know when to fuck shit up, and you gotta know when to get the fuck out of there. What I mean is that today what I had planned, I was gonna do some deadlifts, some squats, and bench. Normal kind of a routine of, you know, training the lower body at a very frequent amount, so training it almost every single lifting session. But I walked in, started mobilizing. Hip was feeling, you know, a little wonky. Why? Because I've been doing a whole lot of volume, accumulating that good volume, but as often happens when you train pretty frequently, you know, things get just a little stiff, a little tight. So I worked up to 2 plates, and I just didn't like how I was feeling on that hip, that SI. So I said, you know what, nix, 9. Cut it off. I stopped right then and there, and I think it's a very smart idea. What I did instead, however, because I want to once again preserve the body, finish the cut strong, make sure everything is healthy, is I did some patterning. I talk a lot about mobility, but I don't talk enough about patterning. And what patterning is how the body moves. Doesn't matter if it's weightlifting, doesn't matter if it's powerlifting. Positions are very important. You want to be in good, strong, safe positions. We can get out of position, so your back rounds on the deadlift or on the squats, your hip rise is too early. Or on the bench press, perhaps you're touching incorrectly. All those are examples of getting out of position. Now, that could be the case of just being too weak, but also it has to do with patterning, and that's when practicing a movement, becoming proficient in it, becomes also very important. But for me, when I talk about positioning, when it comes to training, I want to work on those hip extensions. I want to work on my glutes. The reason being, because I had some of that SI issues going on, I couldn't train my glutes enough, and so they became weaker. Now I'm correcting that. So felt the sumo deadlifts be a little wonky. I said, you know what, man, I'm going to do some glute ham raises, going to do some reverse hypers, essentially reverse back extensions, and then I'm also going to do some pallet press, which I don't think I filmed, some hanging leg raises, and some glute hip thrusts. Basically just some really good movements for the body to get the lower body moving again as it should, the way it should, and I think that's very important. After that, actually, after doing all those movements, my hips are feeling pretty damn good, and so I just worked up to a super light single at squats, just to once again get that pattern, get that training, get that frequency in of 315, and that's when I decided I'm going to make this more of an upper body day. So I did my 1 time per week of bench press, and things were just feeling really good. I think I had more energy on this session because obviously I didn't train deadlifts heavy, squats heavy, and so normally I move on to bench last. So what happened is I was just working up slowly. Silent Mike, shout out to him, Mark Bell, Slingshot. I got some elbow sleeves just because, you know, I was doing some skull crushers, and I was saying, man, you know what, my triceps don't feel so good. So they gave me those. I decided to wear them today, you know, during bench presses. Felt pretty good, and so I just worked up to 225. I was feeling really light. I only think I'd planned 275 for sets of 5, but after I did 225 and it felt so light, I moved on to 275, did a few reps. That also felt super light. I said, you know what, let's just do 315. Let's give it a whirl, see how it goes. That also felt really good, and so I decided, man, fuck it, I'm gonna go for a PR. I went to 295 because I believe my 5 rep max is 290. I'm not good at reps, and I can make a video on this discussing, you know, trying to approximate your 1 rep max based upon how many repetitions you could do at a particular weight and where people lie. Not everyone is equal. For me, I find that my 1 rep max is a lot higher than what my you know, 3 rep max or 5 rep max calculator would predict. And so I think my best all time was 290 for 5. This is just a 5-pound PR, but I once again am weighing a whole lot less. I'm at least 10 pounds down from my normal weight of about 182 to 185. And so that for me would be a total all-time PR. I'm not saying I couldn't have done it before, but what I'm saying, I did it now at a lower body weight, and it felt very good. That last rep, I had to keep that ass on the bench, use that leg drive. If you look at, I think it's the right leg, you'll see that quad's fucking shaking because I'm really trying to apply force into the ground, get that leg drive. So I think overall the technique's a little bit better. It moved smoothly. I was happy with it. I also do feel now, straight up, if I maybe incorporate 1 other session per week, I think I might be able to achieve an all-time bench PR. I feel I got like 355, maybe 360 in me. Nothing huge, just 5 or 10 pounds. It would be all-time PR, but I think I have it in me. Comment below if you want me to maybe try and attempt that. I think I could probably do it after the cut's done. It'll take me maybe 12 weeks. I just have to balance it out with weightlifting. From there, just moved on to pure muscle building. Did my pull-ups, like I made that previous video on the back progress. Shit's happening, shit is for real. Did some seated rows. Did also some things that are not featured in the video, I think just because my camera died and then I had to charge it. Some face pulls, did some bicep curls. Did some bicep curls to Slayer. Let me just say that's an experience in and of itself. Some lateral raises, and then finally, you know, I gotta finish off with the low to high cable fly. Signature ass chest move. Get it done. Everything's coming together, like I said. Cut is wrapping up. Strength is definitely there. Hit an all-time PR on the bench press. So I'm very happy about that. Things are moving well. I can finally deadlift again. And weightlifting is slowly but surely coming together. So, guys, that is the video. Again, when you got a job to do, you gotta do it well. You gotta focus. You gotta apply yourself. Really feeling everything overall. Got nothing to complain about. That's it, guys. That's all the time I have. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked the video, you made it all the way, and I mean all the way to the end of the video. So either it's just on autoplay, you're too busy fapping on another screen, or maybe you're taking a shit, or you're riveted. Either which way, make sure to like the damn video, and I'll be seeing all you guys, my rascals, in that next video. Peace.